Hello viewers, welcome to Encore, the show I should say, where we talk about movies we just saw for $5. Today we saw Green Lantern in 2D, sadly, and my god, was this ever a pile of dog shit.
It was really, like, informative. But not in a good sort of informative way. One of those ways that... and it would be green.
Okay, so there's a lot of problems we have with this movie. We're just going to quickly sum up the plot of the movie. What happens in it is you have this main character, his name's Al, I can't remember his last name, no one cares about it. And he is given the power of the Green Lantern because he's just there at the right time, basically. That's literally what happens.
And then, for some reason, he needs to protect the universe. Because the last guy who had his ring
protected the universe.
Yeah, he did something really cool. So he's like, you gotta live up to that guy. Yet no other Green Lantern has to. So
basically what happens is this giant like octopus that flies through space, he defeats him and everyone's happy, and there's also a villain in there that no one cares about what we do because he's really cool, but they kill him off too early. And
basically it felt like two different movies that were mashed together as if like there was two like scripts. They're like, hey, we got the script done, we got the script. Whoa, what script did you do? Green Lantern? You? Green Lantern? And then they had to like mash them together like pages later.
It felt like I was watching Green Lantern and the sequel to the movie, so it's like I was watching two in one. And it was just so confusing. On top of it, considering it's 2 hours long and it brings in too much in the movie, it wouldn't be great if they like maybe focus on this one villain who has like the ability to read minds and, you know, do like the force and all that stuff. And then the second movie, they talk about him facing the giant space octopus that's in space. That would have been really cool. It would have led up for really good sequels. It could expand on characters and development. But what they do is a lot of piss poor writing, and the character development is nowhere to be found with most of these characters.
The highlight of the movie was definitely like the actual fighting in it was actually pretty good. And the graphics were okay.
Yeah, the CGI, it's okay. I mean, you can tell it's CGI, and there's no way to hide it. But I mean, some of it just felt like, whatever. I would say the highlight of the movie, though, was when Al was being trained by the Green Lantern Corporation. I don't know how they call themselves. Like the team on this planet.
That was like 5 minutes.
It was like 5-10 minutes. It looked really cool.
Pure awesome, and then it just was bad. It was
their using their imagination, and then from there it just went right downhill because it's like there's nothing to really go up against.
It was slow too. Like it slowly went there, and it left me thinking. Although it was almost a 2-hour movie, I was sitting there going, "Wow, this feels short. It can't be over yet. There's got to be another like half hour or something," because it over-explained things and left me thinking, wait, but what about all this other stuff? Like, what is happening?
And there's a lot of things in the movie that makes no sense whatsoever. There's this point in the movie where Al is going to go show his best friend that he can change the Green Lantern, and then he's like,
and he can't do it.
I gotta recharge. So he gets this lantern out, he recharges it, and turns it in, and it's like, okay, that's gonna be a huge factor later in the movie.
Yeah, he's gonna be
never brought up again. Complete like big lip alligator moment. I should not say that.
And there was tons of moments like that. It was almost as if it was preparing for something that they never did.
Yeah, it felt like what it seems like is they're preparing for the sequels of the movie. They're bringing all these concepts like, remember this when the sequel comes out, remember this when number 3 comes out, because it's going to be huge.
And they led up to another, so I feel like if I watched that and then directly after it just cut to the next movie, I might think it was good.
Maybe. I don't know if I'd sit through that much time though.
You're buzzing.
Ignore it.
Can I bring up a point? A lot of superhero movies bring up the point of public reactions and how the public reacts to this new superhero and how everybody thinks about it. It was never explained what anybody thought of the superhero.
Yeah, and
he was on national TV, and then he's just like, nobody notices him.
Yeah, if you watch like movies like Spider-Man or Superman, there's always this moment where the public's like, oh my god, a hero, and you know, usually they reject the hero or they like praise the hero. You see the public react, but in here, the only time you actually see the public is when they're all running away from the space octopus. And even then, they don't even question like, oh look, someone who can make things out of green energy, whatever. That's another thing. A lot of the characters' reactions were underplayed. Like, you see him, like, he doesn't even know how, but like when he first gets the ring on, he gets shot up into space, he's flying towards this, you know, the planet of all the Green Lanterns. And he's not even doing this, and he's not even questioning what the hell's happening. He's like, oh, I'm flying through space. Well, whatever. It just felt like, why?
Yeah, some of the reactions really fell flat with the characters. Overall, it was, although it had really good, like, I like the concept of Green Lantern, especially since it's like a core of people. It's a group of all these people from like all
around the universe, protecting the universe. It's really cool.
Besides that, it really just fell flat.
It felt like they want you to see the sequel because they know that you're gonna want more from it, and that's what it feels like. Is they're just sort of a cash run.
Can I say a second thing? When all the Green Lanterns try to attack the octopus the first time, when you see them all try to attack, their best strategy is put it in a net. Like, momentarily distract it with chains that don't even cover the whole thing.
Yeah, there was a lot of unexplained things why, like, these are our highest trained guys, and they just like die instantly.
And then some new guy comes in and he gives like this heroic speech like, oh, we're just human, and then he inspires everyone, and he goes off to defeat the thing by himself, even though he's inspired like the main head, the person who like controls basically everyone where everyone goes. He inspires him with this speech, and he's like, okay, have fun fighting it on your own. You inspired me, whatever. It just feels like
so overall, it just left me asking why / do I want to see more of this?
I want to see more to see if they will go anywhere with it. Yeah. If they're going anywhere with it, or they're just going to play it as a straightforward superhero movie with the Green Lantern in it.
So overall, I guess,
out of 10, I'd probably give this a 6, maybe a 5.5. I did not like this at all. You know, it's a DC movie, and when you think DC, you think, you know, Batman, and you think Superman, like the older Superman, of course, the new one sucked. But like the old Superman and Dark Knight, those are really good DC movies, right? So you're expecting like another DC movie to sort of have that quality of good.
It felt a little too Marvel-ish to me. It was a little too light. DC usually goes a bit more dark.
So sometimes a little darker, but it did felt like a Marvel movie. It felt like a Marvel movie. They're playing like the standard superhero.
So I guess overall, 6.2.
6.2. What do you say, Hudson?
I'd say I actually give it a 4. I really didn't like it.
They could have
like
really
a 4.5.
Yeah.
Anyways, like I'm definitely gonna go see the next one if it's.
Because I want to see if they do anything with it, but
because it still has potential.
I would have rather seen like Thor.
That's supposed to be good.
see you next time.